I hope you are ready to get your dork on. The Chris Top program, full steam ahead in just a moment.
I am the one and only Chris Top.
He is Chris Top, bitch.
5 deadly terms used by women. Number 1.
Fine.
This is the word women use to end an argument when she knows she's right and you need to shut up.
Number 2.
Nothing.
Means something and you need to be worried.
Number 3.
Go ahead.
This is a dare, not permission. Do not do it.
Number 4.
Whatever.
A woman's way of saying screw you.
Number 5.
That's okay.
She is thinking long and hard on how and when you will pay for your mistake. Portions of the day's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recordings.
You can either duck in the Chris Top program.
I am the one and only Chris Top.
You can either duck in the Chris Top program.
Broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment.
The VCR and the DVD, there wasn't that of that crack back in 1970. We didn't know about the World War Web was a whole different game being played back when I was a kid. Wanna get down in a cool way, picture yourself on a beautiful day. Big bell bottoms in, groove long hair, just walking in style with a party full MP3 play.
Get ready to lose moments of your life you'll never get back.
Take it from the top.
Sit back, relax, and try not to get too irritated. Broadcasting live to at least 3 people.
My head just went numb.
That's just the intoxicating aroma of Chris Top filling your ears.
Hey, can I sue for that?
Welcome to the Chris Top program.
The Chris Top what?
The Chris Top program.
And I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. How in the hell are you doing, world? It's really, really good to be here. I haven't done a broadcast in, I guess it's been about a week now. I'm slacking because I want to get to the point where I'm doing a couple a week, but it's difficult sometimes because, well, I have the hectic schedule of a dork. So it makes it kind of rough. Today's show, we do have a theme to the show, and I have a problem staying on topic most of the time, so we're going to kind of bounce back and forth between a couple of things. The main theme of the show today, and I think it's important, and every time I do one of those wishy-washy sort of shows where we give out advice, where we talk as if I know, because I am who I am, on dating and relationships and those types of things, well, we're going to talk about the importance of making her laugh. And I read something really interesting today, and I'll share that with you in just a little while too. But also, we're going to talk about a few things that I thought was entertaining. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I don't have a clue, but we'll run with it. And it's some Guinness World Record stuff. And when I was growing up, I used to get those books, the Guinness books, because they were always interesting, I thought, to look at. Now that I'm 42, maybe they're not as interesting anymore, but they're still fun. And I'll give you an example. What we're going to talk about, the largest sushi mosaic. See, stuff like that you need to know. It's important. That's detrimental to your life and how you function. Now, before we get started on the show, I have a special surprise for you. I have a co-host today, and you may know her as the queen of the Nerdiverse. See, I feel just weird saying that because I'm a dork. But a good friend of mine. Holly, how long have we been friends now?
Probably for about, since, I remember it was since, like, July or the end of June, one of the two.
Well, let's just say a year.
Okay.
Well, it just makes it easier, I think.
Yeah.
So how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm about ready to get my nerd on. Oh, wait, this is a show for dorks. What am I doing here?
This is my show. So
whatever, Tom.
You're gonna have to get your dork on today. Now, if you ever have me co-host with you, then I'll try to do the best I can.
Hashtag nerd life. What?
Yeah. Hey, we have some people in the chat.
Oh, who's in the chat today?
Let's see. We've got Mr. Top in the chat. We also have DJ Busta Dubs.
Busta does. What?
Now, Busta, he's a longtime listener of the show.
Is his name actually Busta, or is it Buster and
it's
you're just
Busta.
trying to be cool?
It's Busta. I'm not trying to be. That's his name.
All right.
I'm pretty sure that's
I'll
on his
take
birth.
your word for
Yeah,
it.
I'm pretty sure that's on his birth certificate. I'm pretty sure. And we have Andy Bong in the chat. I feel like royalty has entered the room. And guess what? Guess who's here? And we need to talk to Summer. I'm glad she's here.
Summer!
So that was good. Do that again.
Summer!
That was really good. We may need to go back and rip that from the show. That could be like
Hi,
her.
Summer.
That could be her official entrance thing.
Yeah. I miss Summer. I haven't seen her around in forever.
Summer is so talented, and she's beautiful. I mean, she's got the whole package.
Have you heard her recent stuff that she's doing? She's done a couple of recent covers and stuff.
Oh, I gotta admit, I'm behind. I am behind.
See, that's why you're a dork, and I'm a nerd.
Yeah. See, yeah, you're right. I always catch the news last. Mm-hmm. Like after everybody else has already caught it and they know everything, then I find it or figure it out.
That's why nerds are cooler.
So this isn't going to be that kind of show, okay? But no, it's good to have Summer in the chat. And Summer, Holly and I have been talking, and we will do another open mic show. It's been about 6 months, I think, since our last one, and it was a really popular show. So we're going to do it again, and of course we're going to want you to be on there because she was like the only one that had talent, wasn't she?
Yeah, no. Brenda White had talent.
Oh, Brenda White was wonderful.
Brenda White was amazing.
She was.
Pumpkin wasn't so bad. He wasn't too bad.
We're leaving me out, though, because I was actually pretty good. What?
If you say so, Mr. Top.
What? I was good. I was really good.
No.
I thought. Yeah. So, okay. So, the theme of the show today, and Summer, maybe you can help chime in, too. And any of you guys in the chat are welcome to chime in, because we're talking about ways to keep a relationship with humor. And Summer loved my rap. Did you see that?
Oh, I didn't see that.
She said...
She's just saying that to be nice.
No, she wouldn't do that, I don't think.
It's common courtesy, chat room courtesy.
Oh, like people are nice in the chat room. I think that was legitimate.
Oh, yeah, that's true. People tend to be meaner in the chat rooms than they are, live on air.
Yeah. I'd like to welcome WBDR to the chat as well. Now, just in case any of you, if this is your first time in the chat, there is something that you have to do. Well, you don't have to do it, but I like to put the pressure on you. You need to go to my Facebook fan page and post the dorkiest picture that you have of yourself. And this will immortalize you in the Dork Hall of Fame. And this is going out to you, WBDR. And I know Bus has already done it. He did it like a coon's age ago. Whatever that means. And then so I don't think Summer's done it yet.
Uh-oh.
So Summer needs to post her dorky picture on the Facebook page as well.
So that you can make fun of it.
No, we would never make fun of anyone. And if this is your first time in the show, I want you to know that this is sort of a safe haven for the dorks. So it says that it's okay to step from the closet and embrace the light of your dorkhood. So there, I said that and I got that out of the way. So now we can go on with the show. But yeah, how important do you think it is, Miss Stalin, as far as a relationship goes? And it could be a first date. It could be the 50th wedding anniversary. How important do you think it is to make your girl laugh?
I think it's very important because, if you have a dull relationship throughout any period of time, it's going to get boring and it's going to get flavorless and it's going to get dead, and it's just going to be something that's there that has no meaning.
Now, what do you think's more important? Do you think the laughter and the humor is more important, or do you think sex is more important?
I honestly think that, the laughter and the humor is more important because sex does get old. Mm-hmm. It's a great thing, but laughter and humor, it's something that's going to last long after the other one has passed. If you really think about it. Okay. You think both are important, though? I do think both are important.
Summer says humor. Busta Dub says sex.
Oh, of course he would, because his name's Busta.
It just made it sound dirty all of a sudden. And then Summer says, oh my God, haha, my boyfriend would kill me. I guess about the dorky picture. She says, yeah, I met him here on Spreaker. Can you believe that? Oh, God bless you, Summer.
Yes.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you, Summer.
Now, I found an interesting statistic, and I'll try not to butcher it when I tell you, but this was done by Stanford University, and it was a study, and the School of Medicine at Stanford. They revealed that women have actually evolved to appreciate humor, and a man has evolved to actually produce it. Isn't that interesting?
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that from, just normal common knowledge, but that's an interesting fact.
It is. I mean, women find funny men more attractive. So
it seems legit to me.
yeah. So I mean, if you've got the looks and the humor, then you're pretty dangerous.
Ooh, hey now.
Yeah. Now I'm going to throw this one out there. There's no study on this as far as I know, but I think that a lot of men would probably find women that are funny, especially if the woman's funnier than him, maybe a little bit intimidating.
Yeah, I would have to agree because, men are men and they kind of want to be, they kind of want to be in the dominant most of the time, so when the woman kind of just pulls it out there, the man's like, oh crap, what am I going to do now?
Yeah, and I guess the study kind of helps out with that, because if men are evolving to be funny and then women are evolving to appreciate the humor, then if you reverse those roles, then of course it's going to make the man uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. According to Stanford.
Yes, I mean, Stanford, so of course they know everything.
Right, these Ivy League studies that they spend all that money on.
Even though their band sucks.
Right. So I don't know anything about that. I just said right like I know.
Uh-huh.
But I have no clue.
Like, I totally know, but I secretly haven't listened to a band. Hashtag life of a dork.
No. No, you're calling yourself cool because you know the college marching bands.
Oh, no. No, Mr. Top, I am not cool. As a nerd, I am trying to be cool.
So why in the hell are you making fun of me?
Because I can't. Because I live on the edge, that's why.
WBDR says I'm funny. It's almost like he's gasping for air, and it's like he's desperate. Okay,
People that say they are funny most of the time aren't.
Right. I'm a work in progress. I know I'm not that funny, but I try.
Okay, you say that.
I try.
And you succeed. I mean,
I do the best I can.
Look at these people in the chat. They're laughing all the time you're on the air. I would say pretty
come on. 95% of the time, if I type in LOL, I ain't laughing.
Oh, that's true. I do it to break the ice because, somebody will say something awkward and I don't know how to respond, so I type the simple LOL and leave the chat room.
Sure. And then they think you're there for another 20 minutes laughing.
Exactly.
And by that time, you've already showered and you're out on a date or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or in bed like a normal person.
Have you ever read those Guinness Book of World Records books?
I have one of them. My grandpa gave it to me one year.
Oh, that's cool. Well, we're going to go over some of the newer ones, some of the ones that are a little weird. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about.
I haven't read the newer ones, so this will be kind of a new thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll kind of scatter those in. We'll pepper those in just a little bit. Now I'm going to spring this on you because I didn't tell you about this before the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. This is a new thing that they're doing. Okay. It's called the Book Buddies program.
Yes.
Okay. Do you need a book buddy, Holly? I'll be your book buddy.
Okay. Let's do this.
Okay. This is at the. They're doing this at the Animal Rescue League. It's in Pennsylvania, and this is for kids between ages 6 and 14. Guess what they do?
They read books and they have buddies.
Who do you think they read the books to?
To the animals?
To the cats.
Oh. Okay.
They're not trying to make the cat smart, but they're trying to teach the kids better reading skills.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
No, okay. Well, okay. Think about this though. All right. If you're reading to a cat, is the cat going to be like, "No, that was wrong. You screwed that up. You need to go back."
Oh.
No, of course not. The kid could make 30 mistakes in a book, and the cat's not going to say anything. The cat's just going to sit there. The cat's going to be like, "Are you going to feed me?"
That's the point. If you're reading to a cat, they're not going to pressure you
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, you made a mistake, you're a loser.
Yeah, and, the cat's going to be like, hey, would you just feed me? Would you pet my head, please? What are you doing?
That's true. I read to my dog when I was 11, but I mean, come on, I was 11.
But this
I'm
wasn't
not
something
make
that was...
mistakes.
Yeah, but this wasn't something that was set up, by some, got people that are supposed to be smarter than us, to make them smarter. It doesn't make sense. And I think all this goes down to this. Our kids are reading to cats now when... Really, they should be reading to their parents. They should be reading to their parents. The parents should be reading to the kids, but instead the kids are reading to animals.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you think about it, it's a little weird.
It is. I think it's way weird.
I mean, it's kind of cute. I mean, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. A cat's not really going to, pick on you or anything. But, I mean, if that's all they're doing, their reading skills are not going to improve. And they're going to be one of those adults that don't know how to spell simple words.
Mm-hmm.
Like, spell. They'll misspell spell.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love my cat, but I'm not going to read to her.
Yeah, you are.
No, I won't.
guarantee that after this show, you're going to read to Abby.
She does chill out and listen to my shows most of the time, though.
Well, okay.
Summer said, she says, true, I never laugh when I type. LOL and LMAO.
So we know she wasn't laughing there.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but think about this, though. I mean, it's hard for somebody to really type something funny, like if you're in a chat room.
Uh-huh.
Where it's... I mean, maybe I could probably count on one hand how many times I've really laughed out loud.
Yeah, me too.
And it's kind of the same thing when you're watching a movie by yourself.
You don't really laugh.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you might chuckle a little bit, but when you're with somebody, you tend to laugh more. And Summer said something interesting. She says, when I type ha 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 ha, then really I'm laughing.
I've come to figure that's what I do too, because I mean, it's something there, you want to express it, and when you say ha 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 ha, it takes more energy, but I mean, you're laughing so hard that it's worth it. Right, I guess that made no sense, but oh well.
Oh, hey, I got to bring something up, and this is totally sidetracked and off. We haven't even started our theme yet. We're 17 minutes into the show, but I got to bring this up, and I think you'll agree with me because we've had this conversation.
Okay.
There's no spoiler alert. I'm not going to give anything away if you're a Walking Dead fan. But we were watching Walking Dead the other night, and I've noticed on the show, and Walking Dead is a very character-driven television program. Mm-hmm. I fell in love with it the first season, and I couldn't stop watching it. It's great, and I've said this before. I mean, it's more than about just killing zombies. I mean, that's a cool aspect of the show, and it makes it, I think, more entertaining. But it's very dark and it's very serious most of the time. There's a lot of tension. Now, I think, and you guys can disagree with me or whatever, but I don't think the show really needs any sex appeal.
No.
And you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I saw that girl. What's her name? She was like wearing all this like
Yeah. Okay. She's a Hispanic girl, right? Isn't she?
Yeah,
I
think so.
Yeah, and the Hispanic girls, they're hot. Okay. Now she was wearing. Okay, and this is after the zombie apocalypse. You've got to remember this. I mean, I don't think there's any time to be sexy after the zombie apocalypse.
She was wearing booty shorts, Lord Jesus, and she was wearing some kind of crop top that was showing all her cleavage. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's out of place on The Walking Dead because you just don't expect it. And it made me laugh because in one of the scenes she bent over and the cameraman zoomed in on her ass.
So true. I remember that. That made me laugh. I mean, most people would have been like, "Oh, that sexy ass," but I was just sitting there laughing because I was like, "Why? This is The Walking Dead. We don't need this on the show. There are other places for this. Believe you me."
Yeah, there's plenty of programs.
But not on The Walking Dead.
Yeah, and it just seems out of place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kept expecting her to get the water hose out and like spray her head and then like throw her hair back in slow motion. Yeah.
Like bend down and then flip her hair back up and then, like touch her finger and her tongue or whatever it is they do in the movies.
Yeah, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, she was hot. She was up there.
Yeah, she was pretty hot.
I mean, I'd
This
say
coming from a
9
chick,
or
but
something.
I mean,
yeah. but she was pretty hot. Okay, now we should probably at least start the theme of the show, and then we'll screw around some more. But
We're so ready.
yeah, okay. Now a lot of these things I've already talked about on my show, but I wanted to sort of go back in and just sort of dissect it a little bit, just because you're a chick, right? You are, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured I could get your viewpoints and what you thought, because I don't have a clue. I'm not a chick, and I'm a dork, so I mean I've got to ask women sometimes how they feel about certain subjects.
Understandable.
And we've already determined that you feel like humor is a big part of a relationship.
Definitely.
Possibly in the top 5, we know it's bigger than sex. For you. Okay. So
may not be for everybody, but for me it is.
Do you know what slapstick humor is when I say that?
Every time I think of slapstick humor, I just think of I picture Buster Keaton in those silent movies. Small little.
And you're going way back. I was going to go Three Stooges, but you went all Buster Keaton on me. Yeah. So okay. So you know what it is. Now, do you still think that's funny, or do you just have an appreciation for it?
I think it's funny to some degree. I mean, it probably was funnier back then, but as I look at it now, I see it much more as kind of like, whoa, that was genius. I do laugh at it because it is funny, but it probably wasn't as funny. It's probably not as funny now as it was back then.
Okay. Let's sort of make an example out of the Three Stooges. Now, I could sit and watch the Three Stooges with my son, and we would laugh our asses off. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about that violent humor in these three guys beating the hell out of each other. It's funny. Okay, say you're at a bar, and there's a guy that approaches you, and say he's got a wingman with him, and then all of a sudden they start like punching each other and doing like Three Stooges kind of stuff. How would you feel about that?
I would look and stare. I would not laugh. I would not engage in the situation. And I would watch because I'd be in such awe.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
would you call the cops?
No, I wouldn't call the cops. I wouldn't call no security or nothing. I would just sit there and I would just stare at them because they acting like a fool.
Right. Now, I would never do this like if I was trying to pick up a chick, but I think it would. I did this a lot when my kids were growing up. Like, we'd be walking out of a department store or something, and I would act like I ran into a sign, like like one of the aisle signs or something like that. And it looked real too. And I had like just crowds of people just stop or they're like, "Is he okay?" And then my kids would be embarrassed and at the same time just laughing their asses off. And that's slapstick, and I think that's really funny. But maybe not for a date. I guess it depends on how long you've been together, possibly.
Yeah, I would have to say it really depends on how long you've been together. Because if you pull that move on someone you've just met or known for like a couple weeks, they're gonna be freaking out at first. They're gonna be like, "Whoa, so? How did you miss that sign? Do you need to get your eyes checked? And do you need to start eating more carrots? Like, what is this?"
All right, let me.
And then once she realizes you're faking, she's gonna be a little mad. But I mean, if you're together for a while, she's gonna think it's hilarious.
And if you just carry out the fake, then you could get some pity loving.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. If you could be legit about it for that long.
Okay, so instead of the slapstick, we're going to go with the 3 C's. The 3 C's, I think, are very important, and I've discussed this on the show before. Being charming, charismatic, and courteous. Now, out of those 3, which one do you think is the most important?
I would say...
I'm taking notes, by the way, so, you need to be legit here.
You're taking notes?
You're a chick.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a dork. I don't get an opportunity to talk to many women, so I've got to take notes when I can.
So there's charismatic, and...
There's charming, and there's courteous.
Okay, courteous, charismatic, and what was the other one?
That's it. Charming, charismatic, and courteous. Oh,
courteous, definitely, by far.
By far?
By far.
Okay, so when you say courteous, how courteous should a guy be? I mean, if he drives you to a restaurant, should he get out of the car, go around the car, and open the door for you?
I don't think so. I mean, it's kind of okay. Like a couple times, like if she's kind of hurt and she can't get out by herself or something, it's fine. But I really see that as kind of like almost too old-fashioned.
So a woman has to be maimed. She has to be maimed in some sort of a way.
Yeah.
Now, I think you're right. I think it's a little too much to do that, but I don't think it's too much like if you're entering the restaurant and the guy opens the door.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfectly fine.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that's charming as heck. I mean, that's nice.
And even if you're going back to the car, maybe he could open the door for you.
Yeah, see, that's fine. But I mean, actually getting up and going around the car and opening the door, that's too much work for a man.
Sure.
Okay, he works his butt off at work. I'm not going to ask him to walk all the way around the car and open the door. That's ridiculous. I can open my own damn door.
I guess it depends on the situation, too. I mean, if you're going out all the time and you're always going to lunch and the movies and stuff like that, it's one thing. But if you break that up and then all of a sudden, say it's two kids going to prom or, you're going to some formal thing, then it would probably be okay at that point.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're going to McDonald's, no, it's not needed.
Okay. Now, have you ever been out on a date with a guy where, you're sitting at the table and he's cracking jokes and maybe they're just not funny, but then he just laughs at them like they're the funniest thing he's ever heard?
Yes, actually.
So what?
Except it wasn't really quite that situation. It was one of my boyfriends. My past boyfriends. He was like, he told this pun, and he said it wasn't really jokes. It was just puns, like tree puns. He was like, "Leave me alone," or "It's time to embark on a journey." And he started laughing his head off, and I was like, "Fool! You don't know what you're talking about. You're acting ridiculous right now." And he just kept laughing. I started getting annoyed because it wasn't funny, but then at the same time it was funny because it wasn't funny.
Yeah, so him laughing just sort of made you laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fact that he was laughing at such bad jokes was hilarious.
Okay, so but as a general rule, maybe it's okay to chuckle a little bit at your own joke, but you probably shouldn't just give it like the all-out.
Yeah, I mean, like if the other person's laughing too, I mean that's perfectly fine because you're both laughing at something together, and it's just a nice moment to have together.
Yeah. So,
but
hey, can I ask you a personal question?
Mm-hmm.
If you laugh like really hard, are you a snorter?
Yes.
Are you really?
I am. I mean, I don't do it all the time, but it comes out every once in a while, and I'm like, I cover my mouth and I get all blushy, and I'm like, oh, I snorted there. Yeah. Like as if people didn't know I snorted, but I feel the need to, bring it out there. And sometimes I even apologize. I don't know why.
Yeah. You don't have to apologize. You just snort away. You be who you are. Right?
Oh, yeah.
5x5's in the chat. He said, hey, Chris, and hey, Holly.
Hello.
5x5, it's good to see you, buddy, as always. If you just tuned in, the theme of the show today, we're talking about how important it is, how important humor is in a relationship. And that's the main theme of the show, and we've just barely touched on that. We're about 30 minutes into the show. We suck, don't we suck? This could end up being one of those 3-hour-long shows. I don't know. Don't get your hopes up, though, and don't run away scared. If you're worried about it being a 3-hour show, we'll figure something out. Now, we've been doing a lot of production work together, Holly and I. Are you having fun doing that, or are you just doing it because you pity me?
I love this stuff. I live for this stuff. Yeah. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's not that you feel sorry for me and you just want to help.
No.
Yeah, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Why would I feel sorry for you?
I'm just saying, I don't know.
You put on good programs.
I'll give you that $5 after the show.
Okay, thank you.
Now, there was one in particular that we did, because I'm a big fan of the show 24, and I've been accused, and everybody's well aware of my man crush on Brad Pitt. Why are you laughing? I don't understand.
It's true.
You know the movie Benjamin Buttons?
Yes.
It's a great movie, but if you go back and watch it, there are several moments in the movie where the camera just pauses on Brad Pitt, and it's like he's posing for GQ or something.
And I just sat there and laughed at those points because I was like, wow, really? Really, Brad Pitt, really? More like an armpit.
Right. And he's, no, not at all. He's a good-looking man.
Agreed.
He's a good-looking man.
No, he's not.
How do you not think Brad Pitt is not good-looking?
I think
Seriously.
You might need some homo.
This should be a reversed conversation. I should be saying that he's not good.
You're like, Brad Pitt, you're my love, you're my life. Marry me.
No, a man crush isn't like that.
You probably have posters of him in your house.
Well, have you seen my house? No.
Actually, I'm there right now. Just kidding.
We got JT. I want to welcome JT to the chat. He says, hello, Chris Top. How the hell are you? I'm working on being awesome, JT. Thank you so much for tuning into the show.
JT, I'm stalking you too. Everybody in this chat, I'm at your all's houses. I am looking through your windows, as I always do.
Hey, you've listened to the show a few times. Why don't you do the whole Spreaker Love thing real quick while we got people in here?
All right, everybody. So if you're in the chats, go ahead and spread that Spreaker love. Type in the chat if you do a show. Just type in show and make sure you go listen to their show and, like it and follow it. And, if you don't like the show, you don't have to listen. But if you do, then that's great because you found another show that you like to listen to. So go ahead and do that.
Wow, that was pretty good.
I tried.
That was really good. Wow. I'm pretty impressed.
Well, thank you.
Wow. Busta Dubs, he says, you can stalk me anytime, baby.
I'm already there, Busta. I'm at your house. I'm at your house. I've even caught myself stalking myself.
Okay, that's just crazy.
Looking in the mirror.
That's like Fight Club crazy. What are you talking about?
Looking in the mirror.
Well, everybody looks in the mirror.
And you're stalking yourself.
No, you're just looking in the mirror.
No, you're stalking yourself.
No, that's not true.
It's true.
Maybe you're brushing your hair.
Stalking your own hair.
You have to look in the mirror sometimes.
Yeah, you do. I went an entire day without looking in the mirror one time.
All right.
Well, you don't believe me?
No, I don't. I don't believe you.
Oh, okay.
I don't... okay, I believe you. I believe you. It's fine.
I bet all the girls in the chat could stick up for me, right, Summer?
I don't think so.
I think so.
Now, we're talking about my man crush on Brad Pitt, but I've also been accused of having a man crush on a fictional character, on Jack Bauer from 24. And recently they released the news that 24 is going back on the air. I believe it's this coming May, I think. And so Holly and I, we got together, and we did a skit. Would you call it a skit?
No, I would call it a skit. It was a little bit longer than most of the skits we normally do, but yeah. I would still call it a skit.
I think it's genius. Mm-hmm. I think it's really funny, and if you've ever watched the show 24, then you'll sort of know where we're coming from.
Please don't type LOL in the chat when you hear this, because I know you're not laughing.
Yeah, we've
type ha ha ha.
We've had that discussion. Yeah, if we get it, or if you're really laughing, type bah ha ha.
Yeah,
ha ha. That's what I do if I really laugh. So. There you go. You, my friends, are absolutely, positively in the right place. This is the Chris Top program, and I'm being joined by the lovely Holly Solon.
Yeah, I'm on iHeartRadio and Spreaker.com. Oh, their stocks? Worthless. Down the toilet.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Mr. Pop.
My marriage? Oh, yeah, I love my wife. We've been happily married for about 15 years now.
My marriage? Well, it was pretty good the first couple of years. We even watched the first season of 24 together, but things just got kind of weird after that.
Oh, yeah, that first season of 24, we were totally addicted. That's the whole reason we got TiVo.
Wish we would have never got TiVo, because all he wanted to do was watch the shows over and over again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Holly watched the whole first season with me and about half the second season, but I guess she just lost interest.
Well, it's not really that I lost interest, it's just that he got way too carried away. About halfway through the second season, he bought a stopwatch and he started timing everything we did in hour-long increments, just like on the show.
The following takes place between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m.
He even did it when we were having sex, and trust me, it didn't take an hour.
By the time season 6 hit, she totally lost interest, and that's cool because everybody deserves their alone time, right?
When season 6 hit, I knew there was no turning back. I just had to get out of the house. I probably could have handled it, but he got a life-size cardboard cutout of Jack Bauer, and he put it in our bedroom.
Oh, dude, that life-size cutout of Jack Bauer, I've still got it. That thing kicks ass.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but I think he has a man crush on Jack Bauer.
Wait, what? A man what? A man crush? On Jack Bauer? No, that's ridiculous. No, I don't.
By the time the last season hit, things just got way out of control. Thank God I came home when I did, because he was about to interrogate the dog. I'm not sure what he was going to do with the car battery and those pliers, and I really don't want to know.
Car battery and the pliers? What are you talking about? The dog? I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't.
After the 9th season was over and the series was gone, I felt like our marriage was somehow salvageable.
I have to admit, when they took 24 off the air, I was pretty destroyed.
The show had been off the air maybe a year, and he just started getting over his withdrawals.
Did I cry when the show was over? Well, I mean, when they took it off the air, it was a big deal, and I cried. I cried a lot. And I guess after I was done crying, I was in denial for a while. I kept watching the reruns as if it was the first time I ever saw the show. And then, just like in any normal relationship, the rage sets in, and I found myself arguing with the cardboard cutout. Jack, why would you leave me? Why would you just go away, Jack?
Yeah, he cried a lot.
Yeah, I got all that out of my system, and things started to get back to normal, finally. And then we got the news.
Yeah, we got the news, and it was pretty fucked up. What show goes off the air and then they bring it back? I mean, Seinfeld's not on the air, neither is Friends or MASH, and heck, Hee Haw isn't even on the air.
It was a miracle.
It was tragic.
Guaranteed 12 more episodes, and who knows, if things go well, it could be on for 9 more seasons.
I just don't think I can take another season of him dressing up like Jack Bauer and breaking down the doors of the bathroom while I'm trying to pee. He even changed the ringer on all the phones, and it sounds like we're at CTU every time my mom calls.
I don't know what it is, but sex after 24, it's amazing.
He tries to have sex with me after every episode of 24. It's bad enough that I have to call him Jack, but he wants to call me Chloe.
This has been a Chris Top, Holly Stalin production.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Mr. Top.
Take it from the top.
Do I have trust issues? Yes, I have trust issues. Raisin cookies that look like chocolate chip cookies are the main reason I have trust issues.
Quickly, Saeed. The Americans are coming. We must go.
No, ridiculous. We cannot go anywhere. I'm listening to Chris Top. It's incredible. He's about to do the lyrical playhouse.
No, but you don't understand. The Americans are coming. We must go. The bombs are in the truck. We must get in the truck. We must go.
You go. I am staying and listening to Chris talk. Wabba. All right, freeze, dirtbags. This is Ranger 6-2 Echo. I've got 2 in custody. Forget about it, you American pig. You tell your president, these are my terms. You make Chris Top program world syndication, or I will raise a pillar of holy fire in each of your cities each week until my demands are met. Listen to the Chris Top program on Spreaker.com, or else.
Holly Stalin's words cut like a double-edged sword. On the Edge with Holly Stalin, the fastest 30 minutes on Spreaker.com.
You, my friends, are listening to the Chris Top program. I'm being joined today by the lovely Holly Stalin. Holly, you doing all right?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, right?
It does. I mean, how long are we into the show now?
Seems like 5 hours. No, we're 38 minutes into the show.
Oh, hey, how you doing, my friend?
Oh, shut up. All right, now listen. The largest sushi mosaic. Does this interest you?
It intrigues me.
Yeah? How about 20,647 pieces of sushi?
What?
Yeah, 400 square foot sushi mosaic. Hong Kong is where that happened.
They would.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how cool this is or if this even really should even... There's some weird categories in the Guinness Book. There was the largest ball pit. You know how you go to like those little inflatable things and you've got like the balls you jump in and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is weird that they would have this, but it would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And this was in Shanghai. It was a 41-foot swimming pool full of these balls.
That's a lot.
Yeah. What happens if you jump in and like you're in the 12-foot section and you go to the bottom?
Then you die.
What happens?
I mean, like, could you drown?
No, they're balls.
They're
plastic balls. You wouldn't drown. I don't even think you would choke.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure, it's not water.
It's not water. I don't know. Why would you drown?
I don't know. I just said the first thing that came to me.
I'm just thinking it'd be like, okay, I'm stuck in the bottom of these balls. It'd be like, okay, great. What am I going to do? I mean, you might panic a little bit. I mean, because you couldn't really... Can you swim up?
I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
See, that's what I don't understand. Because, I mean, they had this thing full of balls, but then surely there was some kid that got stuck in the 12-foot section.
Exactly. And, I mean, it's not like you can really ask that kid.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that, even if he's, like, screaming, like, hey, let me out, you wouldn't be able to hear him.
Yeah, because all the sound would be blocked.
Because of the balls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just it's odd to me. Okay, lifting things with hooks.
Ooh, I think I've seen this one.
All right, and this is where it gets interesting though, because you're lifting things with hooks that are connected to your to your lips. I think.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No. I'm sorry,
I
cheeks.
The story about the Russian lady.
No, not that. No. I'm not a chick, but wouldn't that hurt?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how durable vaginas are.
That Russian lady can do it, I guess.
maybe you have to be Russian to do it. I don't know. But this is actually lifting things that are connected with hooks to your cheeks. Not your butt cheeks, but like the cheeks on your face.
I couldn't do it. I'd rather have them connected to my butt cheeks.
I don't know. I think either way it would hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
But
then, I mean, if it's connected to my cheeks, I might not ever talk again, so that would, doused my radio career.
Ooh. I could have said something, but I chose not to.
Uh-huh.
But he lifted 10 pounds with his cheeks. It was like a 10-pound sledgehammer.
That's wrong.
Yeah. Okay, now tell me if this should even be in the Guinness Book. All right, it's called butt scooting. It's almost like they're making the Guinness Book so anybody can get in. I mean, it's almost like I could figure out something that I could do to get into the Guinness Book.
Exactly.
But this took place November the 6th, 2013. There's a woman who made an attempt at butt scooting in Times Square in New York. The current world record holder can do the 20-meter butt scoot in 20.3 seconds.
Well.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the picture. She's kind of a hot chick. So I'm thinking that's the only reason they put it on here.
That's probably. I mean, if it was an ugly fat chick that was butt scooting, they would probably be like, L.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't have made the news, I don't think. All right, so I'm gonna tweet this so just everybody can see the picture of the woman butt scooting.
Anybody can butt scoot. I mean, come on.
But can you do it in 20.3 seconds?
No, probably not.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Now, we'll go back to that stuff in a minute. Now, we're talking about the importance of humor in a relationship. So far, we've talked about how slapstick probably should be left to the Three Stooges. Probably how it's not that smart to laugh at your own jokes. And also the 3 C's, charming, charismatic, and courteous. Now, here's one for you. Telling family stories. I think when you go out on a date with anybody, it's good to sort of get intimate in this way, whether it's just telling a story of your childhood, especially if you like the person, because it lets them know that you're willing to share that part of yourself with them. Maybe it gives them a feeling of importance. And if you can turn it into a joke, maybe if it was something funny that happened to you when you were growing up, or maybe when you were in high school or something like that, then it's going to sort of help develop that bond on top of hopefully making her laugh. So what do you think? Is that important?
I would have to agree, yes, because I mean, when a man shares, a story from his childhood or family story, it's like you're feeling included. Like, you're not just a thought in the back of their mind. They're actually including you in their life, and it's kind of cool. So it's like, some inside jokes that you can have with that person. It's nice.
Nice. Okay. So 1 out of 1 Hollies agree that that's important. Oh, this is breaking news, Holly. I just got this in. This could be bad. Civilization could be over as we know it. I'm not talking about the zombie apocalypse, but this could be the next worst thing. Are you sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
Okay, good.
Because I spilled my water, too.
Do you have clothes on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The Clowns of America, the Clowns of America International, that's some sort of an organization, I think, for clowns. They've put out a warning.
A warning?
Yes.
Am I going to be, like, brought to tears with this?
You might. I mean...
Because I'm feeling a little, like, moved right now.
Yeah, well, whenever clowns put out a warning, you have to stop and listen.
Yeah.
It's got to be important.
Okay.
There's an imminent clown shortage on the horizon.
No, you're kidding.
No, seriously, this is legitimate stuff. This is legitimate stuff.
This isn't real.
They're saying that the older clowns are actually are passing away, and then the newer generation, it's not there to take their place. And this is a quote from one of the clowns. I don't know what his name was. Maybe it was Goober.
Bozo?
It could have been Bozo, or maybe Ronald.
I don't like this.
He said, they go on to high school and college, and clowning isn't cool anymore. And that was the quote. Oh, and that's
I think clowning is cool. I mean, what is this? Like, I don't know. I'm tearing up right now, for real.
If you never go to the circus, then you may want to go soon.
Oh my god, like, seriously? Why would they take away clowns? They make people laugh?
I don't know.
And they're making me cry right now.
I kind of think... Did you really have to do that on the air? I think clowns are kind of creepy. For the most part.
They're not creepy, they're cool.
For the most part, I think they're creepy. But I think... I don't think that clowning probably pays that much. So I think maybe kids are getting smarter, and they figure they could probably make more money doing other things as opposed to the whole clowning thing, is what I'm guessing.
Maybe.
Yeah, so maybe they need to form some sort of a clown union and demand more money.
Life happens.
Possibly.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, not that I agree with unions, but maybe the clowns actually need one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The one.
Right. Okay, now...
Sorry about that, I just got a little teary-eyed there and, had to blow my nose over there.
It happens. I mean, you're a chick.
Yeah.
Chicks...
I need a Kleenex, and the only person that was there to give me a Kleenex was my dog.
I thought you were going to say a clown. Why is there a clown in your house? How important do you think delivery is? Like, as far as, when you're, say, on a first date with somebody, delivering the joke. I think that's a ridiculous question. I mean, that's like 95% of the comedy, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, if you can't deliver it right, then it's just not funny.
Yeah. So why did I even ask you that?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't have a clue. But there is some advice that goes with that. The deadpan humor I think is pretty funny. I don't know if you ever watched The Office or not, but I really love that stuff. Office. Yeah, that was full of the deadpan humor, and it made me laugh my ass off.
It was so sad the day it went off.
Oh, dude, we could talk about we could make a whole show out of talking about The Office. Love that show. But you don't want to be deadpan about something like, say, if you're talking about how her dog died or something like that. You don't want to do that. For sure. But there are people that don't have that little voice in their head that says, "Hey, don't do this," and they just do it. And then,
yeah, those are kind of people I wouldn't date because they couldn't take anything I say serious. So like in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, they're not listening to me. They're taking this as something else, or they see my bad situation as funny. I guess they can't really sympathize with me. Mm-hmm. So forget them.
And then they wonder why didn't she call me back? I don't understand. We had a great laugh. We had a great laugh over her dog dying. I don't get it. I don't understand.
I just slapped his ass.
Have you ever been out with a guy that thought he could do a great impression of something and it just sucked?
Never had that situation.
Yeah, I've been around people like that, and I just kind of give them a courtesy laugh.
There you go.
Yeah, because I don't want to be rude and just say, "Hey, you suck," because it's real life. It's not internet. I mean, if you're on the internet, you can get away with that stuff.
You can say LOL.
Right, you can just do LOL while you're and then go to the bathroom. So impressions. Now, I'm doing this as a service for everybody that's listening. Now, if you think you're a great impressionist, I want you to think about it this way. Who told you you're a great impressionist? I'm going to give you two choices. Was it A, your mother, or was it B, your friends? So, do you know where I'm going with this, Holly?
Yes. Because, I mean, if it's your mom, she's going to tell you good things about you anyway because she's your mom.
Yeah, she loves you. I mean, there's nothing that you could do that would be wrong. I mean, unless it was like illegal or something.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if it's your friends, they're going to be a little bit more honest.
Sure, they're going to be like, dude, that sucked.
I mean, they're your friends. It's just, I mean, your friends didn't give birth to you, obviously.
Obviously. So if your mom tells you that you're great at impressions, then I've got some advice for you. Try it out in front of your friends before you try it on a date. Is that good advice?
Yes, I think that would be very good advice.
I think that's great. That may be the best advice I've ever given on this show. Possibly. Now, back to the Guinness Book of World Records. How about the largest number of people twerking?
Oh, dude. Was this, 2012? 2013 is when that came out.
Is that when... Oh, yeah, I guess... this one's got to be really recent, I guess.
This
was as recent as last Wednesday. They broke the Guinness... So there was already an existing twerking record. So I don't know how long the existing twerking record was in effect before this one came out. But they broke the Guinness World Record for the largest number of people performing a dance known as twerking. It was during the big Frida, however you say that, twerking event. It was at Herald Square in New York City. So there you go. You could have been a part of Guinness Book had you been at that place at this time and twerked.
I don't even know how to twerk.
You could probably twerk.
I don't know how.
Maybe I could teach you to twerk.
I'm a nerd.
I'll teach you sometime.
I don't twerk.
We'll twerk together.
Work the twerk.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. I just wanted to sound cool. Sorry.
Okay, now here's one that I think anybody could break. I mean, if you can get a large crowd of people together in one place. I don't know. This may be hard because sometimes I'll try to get together with friends and I might invite like 5 or 6 and then one will show up. So maybe this wouldn't work. Maybe it's harder than I think. But it's the most facial mask. Yeah, they did this in Taiwan, and this happened last July. And the number is actually kind of small. I would think that it would have been more than this, but there was a total of 1,213 people that broke the world record for applying facial masks for 10 minutes.
Interesting.
I mean, I would have thought it would have been like 30,000 or something.
Yeah. I mean, considering how big... This is Taiwan, right?
Yeah, it's Taiwan, yeah.
Considering how big Taiwan is, you would think there'd be a lot more ladies putting on the little facial masks so they can look exfoliated and beautiful.
This is like a Halloween mask type thing.
Oh, it's one of those.
Right. So, I mean, you would think
I thought you were talking about, like, actual...
No.
See, this is why I'm a chick. Okay, I immediately think of facial beauty, and you're like, no.
No, Holly, no. There were a couple of stories that were actually in the news that I want to bring up just a little bit. I want to know what you think about this. I think we may have a Mother of the Year award. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You ready for this? Okay. This happened in Arizona. There are a lot of crazy people in Arizona. So I hear.
Yes, there are.
So I hear. She actually left her 5-week-old baby in a car seat on the roof of her car. as she drove off. She has pleaded guilty.
Well, yeah.
To child abuse and then a misdemeanor DUI is what she pleaded guilty to. Now, okay, before everybody goes gasp, the baby was actually found in an intersection. The baby was strapped into the car seat, and the baby was fine. In great condition, the baby was fine. What do you think about that?
How would you not know that your kid was on your car? Like, were you doing crack? Were you doing some kind of weird freaking drinking before you got in the car? I mean, how would you just forget, I put my baby on the roof of the car, now I'm going to get in and start it?
Well,
Wouldn't you hear your kid crying for you?
She had evidently been smoking the doobies. Mm-hmm. That's what it said in the article. I mean, I've left things on top of the car before. I've left, like, a coffee on top of the car, and like when I backed up, coffee all over my windshield. That's happened before, but I don't think I would ever, like, be scatterbrained enough to leave a human being. I mean, unless I was in college and I had a buddy tied to the roof or something.
Would you leave your kids on the car? Like, current age that they are now.
That's just nuts. It's freaking nuts. I mean, I can understand coffee, but just not children.
Exactly.
It just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I want to welcome DJ Danny Phantom to the chat. Danny, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining in. Today we're talking about the importance of humor in a relationship. And I've got a chick with me today helping me out because I don't know. You know, as far as like making women laugh.
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't have a clue.
Just admit it and own it.
I don't have a clue. I really don't. So I guess we can get back on topic a little bit.
That seems to be hard for us.
I know, it is. It's hard for me in general, and then like it seems like when I get with you, it's almost impossible. I don't know what it is.
It's because we're both ADD, and when two ADD people get together, it's just like an explosion of it.
An explosion of ADD.
ADDism.
How important is it to be positive? I've been around people before, and I'm going to bring this example up. Like, say if I'm at the grocery store and I see somebody I know. It's just common courtesy to say, hey, how are you doing? And, okay, and again, I'm performing a service for you guys. I want you to write this down. The correct response for, hey, how are you doing? And this is in a small talk situation. This isn't two drinking buddies together and one of the drinking buddies just lost his job or broke up with his girlfriend. This is just small talk in passing at the grocery store. Please take notes. If somebody says, hey, how you doing? The correct response is, I'm doing great. How are you? You could even say, I'm doing okay. How are you? If you're doing okay and you are a Hispanic listener, you would say, así gracias, y usted. That would be okay as well. Now.
That was legit.
Thank you for that. Now, if you know this type of person, and I know everybody knows this type of person, and if I see this type of person at the grocery store, I avoid them like the plague. Because when I say, hey, how you doing, I don't want to know every little detail over the past 3 months about your arthritis in your left foot, about how it's about to rain, about how your dog is sick and at the vet. I don't want to know every little thing. I'm at the grocery store. I want to get in. I want to get out. I want to go back home. So please just stick to the script that everybody knows. I totally just, I don't like being around the Debbie Downers of the world.
I agree. I mean, there's people over there, they're like, I got heartburn, I'm cramping up, I got constipation, and I'm depressed.
They go that far. That's pretty
far.
They do
around here.
That's pretty far. I don't ever want to be there where you're at.
I would not blame you because they get too deep and too freaking personal stuff you don't want to know.
Just keep your head down, don't talk to nobody, get in and get out.
That's what I say. Get in, get what you need, get out.
So you're on a date with some guy. How important is it for that guy just to be not even in a humorous way, but just to be positive in general?
I think positivity is really important because if you're negative, it's not going to affect you, just you or the person beside you. It's going to affect everybody's going to pick up on that mood. And if you're dating a negative person, you're going to become negative yourself. And, like, people at your job are going to start to notice that you're being, like, really impatient with people, and that's kind of stuff that could get you fired. So dating a positive person is not only just good for yourself to make you feel better about yourself, but if you're both positive, it's just better all around. It just makes your whole life better.
And I brought that up first because I was leading into this, because we're talking about humor, and it's probably a great thing if a guy can make fun of himself. You know, but there is a line that you have to draw.
Yes. You don't want to make yourself sound like you're a complete loser.
Exactly, because then there's another golden rule when it comes to dating or relationships, and that's confidence. And when you cross that line, then you're stepping all over the whole confidence rule. And humor and confidence, they're like in the top 3 in every list. Everything I've ever read, they're in the top 2 or 3. And I have to read these things because I don't actually go out on dates. I have to actually read these things.
Dork.
Yeah, I can't help it. But I'm a dork, I'm hip, and I'm proud. Is that how it goes? Something like
no,
that?
your saying goes like this. Be a dork, be hip, be proud.
That's what it is. I knew it was something like that.
How come I know your sayings and you don't?
I don't know. It's just the power. It's the power of the top. I do want to say this real quick, and I like to break in the middle of the show and do this sometimes. I do not, nor will I ever take any of you for granted, because I know there are a million other things you could be doing, but you chose to listen to me and Holly, and that makes me feel pretty damn good. Thank you so much. I do want to welcome, we've got Sansnet Radio Network in the chat.
Hey, Jay.
Jay, it's good to see you, buddy. I think this could be your first time in here. With that being said, Jay, you are actually going to have to do something.
No, you're not going to make him do that, are you?
Of course I am.
This could be hilarious.
And we've got RD in here, too. RD, it's good to see you. Thank you guys for stopping in. This also goes out to DJ Danny. When you guys come into this chat, what you're doing is you're telling the world that you're a dork.
Jay's a dork.
You're stepping from the closet and you're embracing the light of your dorkhood. Now, if you're okay with that, I have a mission for you. You actually have to go to my Facebook fan page and post the dorkiest picture that you have of yourself. And that will immortalize you in the Dork Hall of Fame. And who wouldn't want to be in the Dork Hall of Fame? Right, Holly?
Exactly. It's a big honor and privilege.
Absolutely it is. Everybody knows that.
Be a dork, be hip, be proud.
But it's good. It's good to have you in the show, Jay, RD, and DJ. Or I'll call you Danny. It's good to have all you guys in the show. I really appreciate you coming in. Jay says he has a question for me, so I'm listening, Jay. Just as long as it's not personal. Don't ask me the size of my penis because I don't want to share that with anybody because I'm ashamed.
I was going to say the size of, like, I was going to say that Jay would ask you the size of your pants or something like that.
Oh, gotcha.
So you just got a little more personal, but that's all right.
Didn't I? RD says only dorks are on Facebook. He says I'm not. And he may have a good point.
Wait, I'm on Facebook, but I'm not a dork. I'm a nerd.
Now, Jay says, what do you do if you're just not a nerd? Well, then he's in the right place because this is more for a dork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've got Kuz in the chat. Kuz, it's good to see you, buddy. He says, hello, Holly and Chris. And you can use a pic of Ernie if you want, Jay. That's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that if you want to go in there disguised.
If you want to interrogate Ernie. Or not, antagonize. I can't even talk.
Let's go ahead and do this real quick while we've got some people in the chat. We've got Stabby McHugs in the chat.
Ooh, Stabby McHugs.
He says he brings up something. I think he's looking through my window because he brought up something very interesting. He says, what if Chris has this great deep radio voice, but in reality he's like a 3-foot-tall, jacked-up little person? See, how do people know these things? Have you been telling people?
It's because everybody's stalking everybody. That's what I keep saying. I'm everybody's stalker.
You've been telling people my secrets, haven't you?
Yes.
It's not even right.
I told them that you're actually 3 feet tall, and that you're actually you have a little obsession for this female singer, and you try to on air pretend like you don't have this obsession, but really in real life you love her. Every time you get up,
you play this woman. Who is this woman?
No, don't
this
even.
Woman
No, don't
is
even.
none other
Don't.
than Lady Gaga.
All right,
Oh my gosh, do you need a towel?
If you can hand me a towel.
All right, here you go.
Thank you. I think I threw my. Thank you for that. I think I threw my back out on that one. Thank you.
How many times does Abby have to hand you a towel? I mean, like, she's always handing you a towel. How many towels does she have? Did she actually go to Wally World to buy some towels for you?
Come on, she's a cat, all right?
I know what cats do in secret.
I want to go ahead and, just while we got everybody in the chat, let's spread that Spreaker love. If you do a show on Spreaker, go ahead and type the word show into the chat, and make sure you give each and every one of these fine people a follow. Give their show a chance. If you like the show, that's great. If you don't like it, stop following them, but at least you gave them a chance, and that's all we can ever ask for. You, my friends, are absolutely, positively in the right place. This is the Chris Top Program.
The Top, broadcasting worldwide on iHeartRadio and Spreaker.com.
Everybody has a voice in their head. The question is, do you talk to the voice in your head?
Will you talk back to the voice in your head? Maybe we should commit you.
Hey, genius, if I'm committed, that means you're getting a virtual straitjacket too.
Well, the difference between you and me is I make the straitjacket look good.
You are so conceited.
Where do you think I get it from?
All right, just get on with the intro.
One man, one mind. One teeny tiny small mind.
Seriously, you have to say that?
This is Mind Your Own Business, a Chris Top, Ollie Stalin production.
Hello, beautiful. How about you give me your number?
Chris, who are you talking to?
You totally always show up at the wrong time.
What do you mean show up? I'm always here. And who are you talking to?
I'm not talking to anybody yet. I'm rehearsing. I'm going to go talk to the girl over in the produce aisle.
Are you serious? You can do way better than that.
Well, yeah, I'm serious. She seems nice, plus she's buying baby carrots. And you know what that means.
Dude, she's fat and her mother dresses her funny. And how can you tell she's nice? She's 2 aisles away from you.
You know, nobody's ever good enough for you. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe I'm just lonely?
Wouldn't you rather be alone than with someone who makes you miserable? Besides, you've got me.
Yeah, well, you are the voice in my head. A whole year I saw a shrink. Now she's in the nut house and you're still in my head.
You're not going to get rid of me that easy, Mr. Top.
All right, fine. You know what? I'm just going to block you out and I'm going to go over there and I'm going to talk to her.
All right, fine. Maybe you can convince her and her girlfriend to come back to your house.
Her girlfriend? What are you talking? Damn it!
Oh, you can tell they're nice from 2 aisles over, but you can't tell they're lesbians.
Okay, fine. Can we just drop it, please?
Hey, why don't you stop at the Red Box on the way home? I want to see that new Hobbit movie.
Yeah, we can do that. Hey, you want some popcorn?
You know popcorn gets stuck in your teeth, right?
Can we please just get some popcorn?
You know, even if she wasn't a lesbian, she wasn't right for you anyway.
Yeah, I know. I think that went pretty well.
Listen in for more episodes of MYOB.
MYOB, really? Are you trying to be trendy?
Just trying to make it cool, Tom.
Yeah, well, the show's called Mind Your Own Business.
All shows written and produced by Holly Stalin and Chris Top.
That's right, they're all original. And you know my name's supposed to go first.
Yeah, not this time, Top.
This has been a Chris Top, Holly Stalin production.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Mr. Top.
Take it from the top.
It's more hip than you might think to be a dork, kiddies. Let's take a gander at little emo Timmy. Just take a look at those arms. I don't think little emo Timmy should be allowed to play with any sharp objects for the rest of his life. How about you? Billy the Jock is riddled with herpes because of all those naughty cheerleaders. How do those pom-poms look now, kids? I think Bobby the Geek is going to live in his mom's basement for the rest of his life. I'll bet you he'll have a nice collection of tourists in his fridge by the time he's 30. Be a dork, be proud, be hip.
And WABA to each and every one of you. You don't know what WABA means? It means working on being awesome, and that's something that At least I myself, I don't know about Holly, I'm always in constant pursuit of the awesomeness, and I think that's okay. It gives me something to work on. Now, with that being said, I believe it's time for the sacred WABA songs. And do you like the WABA songs? I mean, you being a nerd and all.
I mean, I have a great appreciation for dorkhood. So I would have to say I really do like the WABA songs, and I have to admit, every time the WABA songs are on, I stand and put my hand on my heart and do the pledge or whatever.
Well, that's very cool. It makes me feel good that you do that. It gives me that warm and fuzzy feeling. No comment?
I was just saying, I was just waiting for you to add to that, and I was like, well, it's nice. I mean, every time they're on, I do it every time because I feel like it's there. And, as a nerd does dorky things. So, in my heart, I'm a dork.
Well, good. Well, that's good. So I'm doing something. I'm reeling another one in.
Wait, what? What am I talking about? No!
We've got a few more people in the chat. I want to welcome Ernie Abbott in the chat. The first time I met Ernie, it's funny because I asked him if he was a Jew. Well, because I thought he was being like, what's the word I'm looking for?
I laughed really creepy there. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I thought it was, I thought he was being, what's the word I'm looking, I'm at a loss for words. This could be the first time this ever happened.
He's being Jewish?
No, that's not what I was going to say. I thought he was being witty, I guess. But anyway.
Oh, Jew's witty?
Well, he's Ouija Radio, W-E-J-A, and I thought that was just a Jew backwards. Is what I thought, but he corrected me. I guess it was just a coincidence.
It was a coinky-dink.
Right. So we've got Fabiday in the chat. It's nice meeting you, Fabiday. Fabiday. I don't know what that even means. We've got Hellraiser Radio in the chat. Am I missing it? We've got
Fabiday.
Fabiday.
I love your name, man.
It's interesting. And we've got Amanda in the chat. It's good to see you, Amanda, and I hope I'm not missing anybody. I want to see some dorky pictures of you guys on the Facebook fan page. Make sure you post those on there, and we can...
Fabiday, make yours fabulous, okay?
It's a good name. But we're going to play the WABA song, the official WABA song. It's the official song of all dorks of the world. And it's written and produced and sung by my good buddy Belgium Tim. And we're going to follow that up with a WABA rap by Big N. So go ahead, stand to your feet, place your hand on your heart, say, I'm a dork, I'm proud, and I'm hip.
Working on being awesome every day. I'm working on being awesome every day.
Big N in the building, representing the dorks. Dorks of the world unite, y'all. Yeah. Hey there, everybody, I got something to say. The sky ride over there is WABA every single day. Okay, what is WABA?
It gets those creepy cold things.
No, dude, it's just a little dork singing. Well, W is working, O is on it, B is being, and A is for awesome, and that's the dork saying. I'm already awesome, but that's okay, cause Mr. Chris Top is too, but he just doesn't know it. And so are all of you from here on to the far. And just so you know, life is good and I'm gone.
When I die, I'm going to haunt the absolute fuck out of you people.
The Top, broadcasting worldwide on iHeartRadio and Spreaker.com.
Okay, Hellraiser just made me LOL because he said a Fabiday keeps the doctor away.
Oh, he made you LOL. So
he made me LOL. And you heard me laugh.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a legitimate LOL.
Mm-hmm.
And Fabiday says that her niece came up with it, meaning that she said, my niece, 6 years old, she says, I think your name is in Spreaker should be Fabiday, because she said, I think everyone should be happy every day. And that's very sweet. No, she said everyone should be fabulous every day.
And I thought Fabiday was a man at first. I have to apologize, because I see so many fabulous people all around, so I just assumed Fabiday was a man. But I think it's cooler that Fabiday is a chick now, so
it could go either
I don't
way.
have to feel weird.
It could go either way. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you think about this? Now, we've been talking about, the theme of the show today is we're talking about how important humor is in a relationship. And, you know, it probably goes beyond a man and a woman or a significant other if you're in a homosexual relationship. But and just a friendly relationship, I would think that it would be important. And we're talking about Guinness Book World Record stuff, too. How much do you think the most expensive dessert is?
Let's say $2,000.
You're a little off.
Do I need to go up or down?
Way up.
5,000.
Up. Way up.
10,000.
Way up.
$1 million.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Okay, there's a frozen chocolate. It was unveiled at a place called Serendipity. It's in New York.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff is priced at $25,000. It's a frozen hot chocolate. That's an oxymoron. I don't know how that's possible.
You are kidding me.
No, but see, I don't like this one, because I could open a restaurant and put 2 scoops of chocolate ice cream in a bowl and say, hey, this is $30,000. Put me in Guinness Book.
Exactly. I mean,
right?
What is this?
I don't get it. I mean, maybe somebody actually has to buy it.
I wouldn't buy it.
I wouldn't buy it either. I'd go get a Hershey bar.
You can make these things yourself, too.
You know how many Hershey bars you could buy for that much money? How much Big League Chew you could get? What? Is that like a nervous thing?
No, it's just like when you're really...
I'm Holly Stalin. I'm Holly Stalin, bitches. Bitches of the world. It's like something a rapper would do.
It's like something I do when I'm really into a subject and I'm like, I don't know how to express my feelings, so I just make these grunts and sounds. But it's like I'm not nervous. It's just I'm really into what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling it.
So okay, so it was good that I got a So you're not constipated.
No. No.
Right. You know what you probably need? It might get rid of
What?
You probably need to go to that lady, Cuddles for Cash. She's out of New York, and it's only $80 an hour, and she'll cuddle with you for an hour.
Hell no.
Well, I mean, you know, and I think there's like a thing where she does a $200, and it's for a movie and cuddling.
I don't want to pay $200 to cuddle with some chick.
I'll cuddle with Jay Sands for $10. Well, he's got that fuzzy mustache.
Yeah, that.
You know, I'd have to rub my brow against it.
Would you just cuddle with the stash then?
Could Jay loan me the stash?
I don't know. I don't know if he would let you do that. You might have to talk to him after the show.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show, Jay. The largest hula hoop was 14 feet 7 3/4 inches. And this Guinness Book, if you want to break the largest hula hoop Guinness world record, I'm guessing you can go 14 or 15 feet. Just say 15 feet. And then you have to, let's see, it has to go around, I think, 3 times. And then you're in the Guinness Book. That's a big-ass hula hoop, though.
Yeah, I mean, how wide would your hips have to be to actually use it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the guy in the picture, his hips are pretty skinny. I mean, he's no Shakira. I bet Shakira could do it.
Shakira's hips aren't real.
I would love to watch Shakira break that record.
Are her hips real?
They've got to be real. She said they don't lie.
She doesn't look real.
She said they don't lie. Did you see what I did there?
She says they don't lie on every song she does, except She-Wolf. She doesn't talk about her hips on that.
She's hot. Okay, here's one that we could break. I think you and me could do this. As long as, do you have sweaty palms?
I do sometimes, yes.
See, I don't know then. I don't know if we can do this or not. But there's the
I
world's...
don't have sweaty palms at the moment, if that's what you're meaning.
Well, yeah, but if we shook hands, let's see. I don't know how long they did it. Some guy named Jack and a guy named Lindsay. I'm glad my name's not Lindsay and I'm a guy.
I'm glad my name's not Jack.
They attempt. That would be weird. They attempted to break the longest handshake. They don't even say how long they did it.
Well, then that's not even fair.
That's not fair, because what if you want to break that record?
They shouldn't be in the book, then.
That's what I'm saying. They
This is
shouldn't be in the
cheat.
book. And we were talking about your a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
That punk that I did on you, I didn't do that.
I know, and I was a little disappointed. I mean, like, it was a very good punk, but I was very surprised that you didn't put or.
I can't believe I didn't do that, because when I was on my way home and I was thinking about what I was going to do to you, and then I just, that was on my mind first and foremost, and I totally left that out. So I'm going to have to throw a few in on this show just to make up for it. Somebody's going to rip that and make that sound dirty.
I was like, oh, great word, Joel.
How important do you think modesty is in a relationship when you're talking about, a guy trying to impress a girl? Should he be modest, or is it okay to be a little cocky?
I don't. Personally, I don't dig the cockiness. It's a big turnoff for me when a guy starts getting all arrogant. I think modesty is very important to me because it shows he has a heart. It shows he has feelings for someone other than himself.
So he shouldn't sit there the whole time and talk about how much better he is than other people.
Yeah,
I mean, even if it's jokingly.
I mean, if he's joking, it's fine. And I mean, if we're having like a serious conversation about like something he does that he's proud of, and he says, "Yeah, I am better than some of these people." There's a difference between that and just being like, baby, I'm better than all these jiggers on whatever I do, but because I got swag and swag.
I have no swag. I don't even know what that means. Okay, Stabby brought up a point, and I did fail to mention this. He says that the dessert came with a gold spoon, and it came with a diamond charm that you get to keep.
How does he know this?
He's Stabby McHugs.
He knows everything.
Stabby knows everything.
Stabby's at your house, isn't he?
I'd still rather buy a Hershey bar. I mean, like, for $25,000, I'd rather just buy a brand new car.
Yeah. Hershey bar, though, I like those Hershey bars that have, like, the cookie dough in them or whatever.
Ooh, I like the straight-up Hershey bar.
Those are good, too.
Yeah, I like to throw them in the freezer and then...
those are delicious.
I like to eat them frozen. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Fabiday asked where this station was at. It's from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee.
With an ocean view.
Thank you. Let's see what else is going on in the chat, because I don't want to leave anybody out. Stabby says, I think hula hoop, they have more to do with the centripetal force than actually the hip size. So it probably wouldn't take a Shakira to do it. Because Stabby may be right.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I would like to see Shakira try.
I would too. I would come closer to paying $25,000 for that than I would the dessert with the gold spoon and the charm. I know, because
if you're eating that dessert, it's just a taste bud. But I mean, if you watch Shakira and her hips swiveling to that big hula hoop, that's going to be a long-lasting memory that you can share with future generations.
Yeah, that would make me salivate more, I think, than the chocolate. To be honest with you. Now, there are certain words that I think are very important. One of which is the word awesome. I talk about that all the time. And of course, I don't think people should throw around the word love very, very lightly.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Now, there's another word that may catch some people by surprise. And this word is unique. I don't feel like anyone can be sort of unique or kind of unique or a little unique or very unique. I think either you're unique or you're not. There's no in between. There's no sort of, and there's no, it's unique, and every person in the world is unique. Now, with that being said, it's important, I think, when you're trying to be funny, to be unique, to be your own person. And I go back to those telling jokes of your childhood and things like that. Those are going to be unique stories to tell. Now, you can sit back and you can recite lines from Seinfeld or from comedies and stuff like that, and that may get you a chuckle or two, but it's only going to go so far. So you have to be unique in what you say. I think in the humor, you have to be original. For the girl to really see you as a funny person.
I would agree.
So you would agree. I mean, maybe it's something you could relate to if there's a sitcom that you both like and you can, recite some of the lines. I think that's a great icebreaker.
That's fun. Like when you're sitting there and you're quoting your little lines and stuff. But I mean, it's not something you would do every second of the day.
Sure.
It's kind of like that Jack Bauer skit.
Yeah, that was original, wasn't it?
That was original.
Mm-hmm. Fabide says, "Am I the only Canadian here?" Ooh, Fabide's from Canada.
Fabide.
I used to make fun of Canada, but I stopped because they invented the pizza burger, and I felt like that was.
I want to try that pizza burger.
I do too.
For real.
It looks good.
That would melt my mouth.
I think that was probably one of the biggest accomplishments of mankind, and it came from Canada. So I couldn't legitimately make fun of them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
After
and I mean,
that.
I couldn't even say melt in my mouth without going all full Daffy Duck mode on you.
You know what? That's something else I didn't do either.
Yeah, you didn't do that. You didn't go, Chris, stop.
Stop. I didn't do that, because you do that sometimes when you get excited.
Mm-hmm.
You go Daffy Duck. And see, RD says he wants a pizza burger now. And Hellraiser's talking about a glorious poutine.
What?
I don't even know what that is.
Is that like a routine where you poo on a regular basis?
That was just ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what that means. I have no idea. No idea. You know what? We've been talking about it, and I kind of want to play it. Is that okay with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the, and maybe you've heard it, maybe you haven't heard it, but why don't you promote your show a little bit, Holly, and then I'll play it, and then we'll just go right into it. I want to say goodbye to Jay real quick. He's leaving. Those old guys, they can't stick around. They can't hang.
I know, they hang out for like 5 minutes and they're like, gotta go to bed.
Well, yeah, he's probably got to go to the bathroom and stuff too, and I'm trying not to get too personal, so I'm going to whisper because I don't want to get started.
Okay, I understand.
But poutine evidently looks very tasty. It sounds dirty. It sounds like something you'd hear in a porno or something.
I know.
Hey, baby, that's a nice. Hey, I'm the pizza delivery guy. You wanna check out my poutine?
We nerds ain't about that life.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know what poutine is.
Yeah.
I'm probably saying something really offensive, and I don't know because I'm ignorant.
And then like tomorrow, we're gonna be so in trouble because everybody's gonna say, oh, they said poutine.
They were saying poutine on the Chris Top program. We need to ban the Chris Top program. He said poutine.
Is it poutine or poutine?
Does he know how offensive poutine is?
Poutine.
Chris Top, that bastard. What kind of influence is he on Holly Stalin? What's he doing?
I live on the edge. I'm not influenced by no jigger.
And there you go.
I live on the edge.
All right, okay. Promote your show, and then we'll do the my punked thing.
Well, I just said it. It is on the edge. And what I do in that particular show is it's a wide variety show. So if you're not interested in that particular topic that day, I mean, you can tune in to another show in the archives or the next time I'm live and probably be ridiculously entertained. We talked about top 10s. We talk about, my rants and raves on celebrities and, some controversial topics and stuff like that. So come on the edge and you are sure to be entertained. So turn it up a notch.
Nice. Now you have other shows too, though.
Mm-hmm. I also have Nerds the Word, where I talk about any kind of nerdy topic, from video games to books to just how to survive day-to-day life as a nerd. You're going to want to check that out if you're all about that nerd life. And
now, if that was a book, How to Survive the Daily Life of Being a Nerd, where would that be? Like what section in the bookstore?
I would have to say, I'm trying to think. Probably like sci-fi or something cool like that.
Yeah, maybe it'd be next to How to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That might be a good idea.
Okay, why don't you sign us out this time, and then we'll play the thing where I punked you.
Alright, everybody, you are in the right place, checking it out on the Chris Top program with yours truly, Holly Stalin.
Wait a minute, you're supposed to mention my name first.
I did. I said you were checking it out on the Chris Top program.
Right, but it's like it's your program.
Chris Top is the host.
I thought you did it on purpose. I was just giving you a hard time.
Whatever.
All right. Hey now, whoop, Holly Stalin here, queen of the Nerdiverse, coming at you on Spreaker.com, on the edge. And real quick, I do want to apologize to all of my listeners because I do have a cold. That's why I sound mysteriously like Chris Top. Today's topic, why does ice cream have to be cold? I mean, come on now. I mean, really, I think that's pretty fucked up. And I say the word fuck not because it's relevant, but because it makes me sound cool. Almost as cool as Rick and Dino, who we all know are really 12 years old. They sneak out behind the barn to do their Spreaker broadcast. They smoke the cigarettes they stole from their dad's sock drawer because their dad has to hide them from their mom because she doesn't want him to smoke. And they just say the word fuck over and over again because they think that makes them sound cool to the other 10, 12-year-olds that listen to their show over the time period of a month. Woo! Wub. Hey, do I have to keep saying wub? I don't even know what that means. It wasn't in my contract when I agreed to do this. Seriously? You guys are impossible. Wub. Okay, now I'm going to give a super long dramatic pause. Well, not really because I'm giving a super long dramatic pause. It's just that I'm trying to think of what I'm going to say. Now I can say that dead air brought to you by Jay Sands. Speaking of Jay Sands, if you'd like to buy some great quality dead air, he has plenty of it. Just tune into... I forgot the name of his show. Just tune into Jay Sands Show. When there's not a riveting Skype conversation going on, he plays music that none of us want to hear. Hey now, according to Guy Shea, I have greasy hair. Well, let me do this. You're going to take this napkin, I'm going to just run it through my hair and just sort of squeeze it a little bit, just so it will absorb a lot of the grease. I don't want to get that close to a flame. Now, I'm going to send this to Guy Shea because I heard the grease from my hair works wonders on hemorrhoids. When you're Guy Shea's age, hemorrhoids are no laughing matter. Just ask his best friend Abraham Lincoln. Truth is, I don't know that the grease from my hair will actually work on Guy Shea's hemorrhoids because they're not really in his ass, they're around his mouth. And I guess that accounts for all the shit that falls out when he talks. Wub. Alright, so I got off topic. So ice cream, why does it have to be cold? Why can't it be warm? Why can't it be lukewarm? Why can't it be boiling fucking hot? And again, the word fuck had no use in that statement. I just threw it in there. Wub. Uh-oh, look who just came in. It's Darth Vader.
Holly Stalin, I am here to show you who the true Dark Lord of the Nerdiverse truly is.
Okay, nobody's going to believe that's Holly Stalin because her Darth Vader impression sucks. Oh no, it's Darth Vader. Quick, let me get out my lightsaber.
Okay, that was a good lightsaber. That's more Holly Stalin-ish. Go ahead and Holly Stalin up the Darth Vader impression as well.
Holly Stalin, I am here. I am Darth Vader, and I am here to take your title of Queen of the Nerdiverse and make it my own, but not until I steal your heart from your body.
You'll never get my heart, Darth Vader, you dastardly fiend. Besides, when are you ever going to learn that being a nerd isn't something you can take from somebody, it's something that's in their soul. Being a nerd is something that's even stronger than the Force itself. There's a little nerd in each and every one of us.
What do you mean? You mean midgets with little penises are trying to have sex with all of us?
No, I mean you're gonna die, motherfucker.
Damn you, Holly Stalin, damn you!
Okay, nerds, we're gonna have to probably finish the ice cream talk on another show because for one reason or another, I just rosed my pants. And make sure you send somebody a dozen farts this Valentine's Day to show them that you really love them.
Sonny boy, I'm 100 years old, and I think that those dozen farts was the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. Guess you'll be getting some tonight from my dusty vagina.
Okay, before I go, who am I going to promote today? Andy Bong, check out his show on Spreaker. Also, Deschamps, check out Deschamps on Spreaker.com as well. Okay, real quick, I'm going to copy Chris Top. Go ahead and spread the Spreaker the widely known Spreaker love in the chat and type the word show, or whatever he does. Also, I want to say you had a million trillion other motherfucking things to do, but you listened to me. I think that's how Chris Top says it. Okay, everybody get their nerds on, because I'm about to nerd up the whole universe, and it's probably going to smell pretty rank. Remember one motherfucking thing. I don't want you to fall for me. I want you to jump. All right, so Holly, what did you think about the about the punks? I got to get some of those in.
That was genius.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty. I mean, was it pretty accurate?
Yeah, it was pretty accurate. It's scary accurate, but it was accurate.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Okay. Well, good. I mean, that's what I was shooting for.
No, I liked it because it was like, I don't know, I feel like you paid attention to my shows, and that makes me feel pretty good, because I know people, are out there listening, so.
Sure. And that's sometimes the greatest compliment I think you can give somebody when you make fun of them. Even if you talk bad about their shows. It's a great compliment, because it just means that you were paying attention.
And that's what I'm trying to say, so Thank you for doing that.
Well, no problem. I want to welcome Jimmy Reason to the chat. Jimmy, it's great to have you in the chat. And,
hey, I've heard of Jimmy before.
Yeah, he's a very reasonable kind of guy. And I think, actually, this is Jimmy's first time in the chat, and I just want to say, hey, thanks, and this is sort of a dorky show, so if dorks make you uncomfortable, then don't call the police. It'll be fine.
Don't call the po-po.
It'll actually be fine. And I'm doing a new show on Spreaker, and I've actually applied to iHeartRadio. They're just a little quick podcast. And I want to say hello to Import King of Cali. Welcome to the chat. It's very nice to see you.
What, man?
Always good to see Pete in the chat. Now, Historical Hottie. You've listened to a few of those, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. I listened to all of them.
I think they're fun. And what I did was, people always sit around, and I've done this so many times on the show. I've talked about how hot Kate Upton is and Megan Fox, and then I would compare the two. And people do that all the time. I mean, to the point where it just gets kind of old. So, somebody Pete threw a wub out in my chat.
Because it's my saying, and I'm on the show, so...
Okay, I'll let it go. But yeah, so what I did was I kind of put a twist on it, and I decided to compare women of history. So I'm going to play one of those for you, and if you would, I'm just going to play one, but there's 5 other episodes on Spreaker, so make sure you check those out. Let's talk about hotties, but on this show, we're going old school with Historical Hotties, a Chris Top program production. I'm Chris Top. Thanks for listening to Historical Hotties. Today, Cleopatra versus Pocahontas. If you like women of power and great persuasion, Cleopatra could be the right fit for you. Julius Caesar and Mark Antony would probably agree. Not to mention every guy loves the slutty Egyptian costumes during Halloween. Daily belly dances, and as a bonus, you get this endless supply of Egyptian slave girls willing to fan you and feed you grapes every day. Downside, she kind of had a thing for poisoning people. I don't know about you, but I'd hate to come home, pull back the sheets, and find a snake in my bed. Well, other than mine anyway. Alright, Pocahontas. So she's your typical daddy's girl. She's pretty good at saving men when death is knocking at their door. So I guess Cleo isn't the only one who can be persuasive. And once again, slutty Indian costumes can be very nice as well. And that's feathers, not dots. More than likely, Pocahontas would do anything to protect you. And also, she would ensure that you're happy in every single aspect of your life. Wink, wink. Let's take a look at the downside. Being protective of someone could be a great thing, but being overly protective, I don't know, could lead to jealousy. All in all, Pocahontas was a peaceful chick, but like any other woman, when she turns jealous, she's going to turn into the devil, and that's when she starts noticing your scalp all of a sudden. You're left with confused Pocahontas, who just isn't sure about your relationship anymore, and she's all that stands between you and hundreds of angry natives. Cleopatra versus Pocahontas. If you're into exotic, persuasive women, Cleopatra and Pocahontas would probably both do. As a matter matter of fact, they'd probably make great real estate agents. This was really a tough decision, so I went for the most bang for the buck. You decide to go with Pocahontas, that's exactly what you've got, is Pocahontas. Nothing else. Plus, more than likely, you'll end up living in a teepee, you'll have to do yard work, you'll have to go out and find your own food. Big hassle. Cleopatra, on the other hand, has my pick. You not only get Cleopatra, but you get this entourage of hot young slave girls, and the icing on the cake, there's no yard work, it's all sand. I hope you enjoyed historical hotties. If you happen to have an ancient crush on a historical super hottie, please leave comments on my Facebook page. You never know, I might add her to my next show. Also, check out the Chris Top program on Spreaker.com and on iHeartRadio.
This has been a Chris Top production.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Mr. Top.
Take it from the top.
All right, I'm Chris Top, and I'm being joined with the lovely Holly Stalin today. You're a wonderful co-host, by the way, and thank you for doing this.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure, being on your show and being able to have this. It's just been a fun show.
Well, good. I'm glad, and time's flying by. I mean, we're at 100 minutes now, and what did I say when we started? Let's shoot for 45 minutes an hour or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we get carried away sometimes, and that's okay. And I didn't want to wait until the next open mic show. Before we got together for sure, and we probably need to do some more. And I don't normally have co-hosts because, well, let's face it, I'm Chris Top. I don't really need a co-host.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we get along, and and we have fun. So I mean, why not? So we should probably do some more shows together. I mean, if you can work it into your schedule, and don't make me pay you again.
Dude, I paid you $100. Wait.
What?
I didn't pay you anything.
Okay. Well,
you paid me $100.
Right. That's how that joke was supposed to go.
Well, since I'm a nerd, I mess up jokes sometimes, sure. And then I try to save it and look all cool, but it's too late.
But it's a lost cause.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I think Fabiday's leaving us, so Fabiday, it was a pleasure meeting you, and thank you so much for stopping in.
I love you, man. Even though I called you man again. I know you're a woman, and now I'm calling you man. I don't know why.
Fabiday says she's a belly dancer.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. I don't know that I can do that.
Teach me your moves, Fabiday. All I know how to do is, like the shopping cart and the
shopping cart. What? Did you just make that up?
No.
What the hell is this? Is the shopping cart?
It's a dance.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's where.
What the hell kind of dance is the shopping cart? I can't even envision that.
It's where you pretend you have your hands on the shopping cart, and
do you put groceries on your back when you do it?
And you pick up things from the shelf and put them in the cart.
You just made that up.
No, it's not. I swear.
I've never seen that on YouTube.
I had someone teach it to me. Many people teach it to me at events. It's not.
Now, I've heard of Hellraiser said the lawnmower. I've heard of that, and I've heard of the sprinkler. And
there's a bus stop too.
The robot, and I think I've heard of the bus stop, but never have I heard of the shopping cart.
I can't believe you've never heard of the shopping cart. Has anybody in the chats at the Chris Top program heard of the shopping cart? If so, please put it in the chats because we need to teach this dork the shopping cart.
You don't even know how to twerk.
So I don't know.
And then
how
you
to
throw
twerk.
out shopping cart.
That means I can do the shopping cart just fine.
And Fabiday says she's a med school student, I think, and interior design, and then belly dancing is like a hobby, I think. And nobody's saying that they've heard anything about a shopping cart.
Well, I don't understand.
Okay, I take it back. Fabiday has heard of it, and so has Hellraiser.
Yes.
And again, they're probably just being nice.
Oh, come on.
That's what I'm thinking.
Shut up.
Who would make a dance called the shopping cart? That's ridiculous.
It's true. If you don't believe me, I'm sure there's a video on YouTube somewhere.
All right, after the show, we're going to look it up.
Okay.
After the show, we'll look it up.
Okay.
And I will stand corrected if there's one video. But look, you don't have to tell stories to be cool, okay?
Oh, come on.
You don't have to make things up, okay?
I'm not making it up. I understand this.
I like you,
Mr. Top.
The way you are. Pete says the next dance is going to be the toilet bowl shake.
Yes, I'll invent that.
And what would you do for that kind of dance?
You would take like one of those toilet bowl cleaners, and you would just stir it around the toilet. Do a little dance while you do it too.
What would be the toilet? Would you carry a little toilet
imaginary
around?
stuff.
Would you
it's
carry a
like-
toilet around with you, or would you have to be in front of a toilet before you did this dance?
You'd have to be in front of the toilet. The imaginary toilet. Of
So
course.
if I was going to go to a nightclub and I was going to break out with the toilet bowl shuffle, or what did he call it, the shake, then I would have to have an actual toilet bowl with me,
No.
or I'd have to go to the bathroom.
No, that's not the point. The point is that you have an imaginary prop. It's kind of like the shopping cart or the weed whacker.
But
You
how
have-
are people going to know that there's an imaginary toilet beside me?
How are people going to know that you're shopping?
You know what dance would make more sense?
What?
The urinal shake.
Oh my god.
Because every guy has to shake it.
Well, girls can't do that dancing, so it's
Well, you would
sexist.
have an imaginary penis. There's nothing sexist about that. They're going to get an imaginary penis before they'll get an imaginary toilet.
So can the guys do an imaginary boob dance?
Sure. Some guys have boobs,
That's true.
so they wouldn't. So you wouldn't have to imagine.
That's so nasty.
I'm just
Ain't nobody got time for
throwing
that.
that out there. Hellraiser says the plunger almost the same as the butter churner, but a little shittier.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What?
It's fun. We could make up some. See, we could be trendy.
Yeah, we can.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm trying.
How important do you think it is for a guy to be able to laugh at himself?
I think that's ridiculously important. I mean, if he can't laugh at himself, then that means he's taking himself way too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he might be apt to fail more just because he can't lighten up.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've mastered being able to laugh at myself.
That's
really
a good
have.
thing to have because most people haven't been able to do that.
I've mastered it. To the point where I feel sorry sometimes. I'm kidding. But no, I do. I'm okay with laughing at myself. You know, and when I'm in a conversation with somebody and I do something stupid or if I trip or if I have a dumb story to tell about myself, I'm all about laughing at myself because if you can't laugh at yourself, I think it says a lot about a person.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
Yeah, so well,
And I mean, I do stupid stuff all the time, so I might as well laugh at myself.
you might as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
My uncle used to say it's better to laugh at yourself than cry sometimes. so
true.
I thought that was good advice. Now, finally, the last thing we're going to talk about. So we've actually finished our theme, almost, and we'll talk about a few more Guinness things, and I've got a couple more stories too that we might bring up as well. So don't go anywhere. Stay here. I'm talking.
Oops, gotta go. Sean's here.
Would you stop it? All right, now, how important do you think, and I'll give you my play on it too, how important do you think it is for the guy just to be himself?
I think that's something that needs to happen at all times because if he has to fake himself to impress a girl, then that girl is just not right for him. He needs to be himself or it's just not going to work.
Yeah, and think about this. You know, worst case scenario for me is what if you're not being yourself, the girl falls for you 3 months down the road, you know, you're still having to put up this charade, or you decide to be yourself one day and then you're stuck in this relationship where nobody's happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that doesn't make sense.
You're not happy either way because if you finally let your guard up and be yourself, then the girl's like, you're not the person that I fell in love with. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, that's because you never actually got to meet the real me. Or you end up becoming this fake person and you just lose yourself completely, and that's just tragic.
Right. I think we're in agreement. Stabby says he likes the sprinkler. Stabby, I want a video of you doing the sprinkler.
Yes.
If you could post that on the Facebook page, that would be great. Pete says there's no boob guys in here now.
Pete, come on, be honest.
That's what he said.
The one guy, okay, if any guy ever says, oh, there's no boob guys in here now, that's probably the one guy that has boobs. Just saying.
Oh, he might be. It's like the guy that farts. He's going to be like, you know, the first one to say, who farted?
I've actually been in that situation before.
Where you were the farter?
No, there was like
Ollie.
a group of people,
Yeah.
and there was this guy, and everybody could tell it was him because it was coming from his direction, and it smelled really bad too.
Yeah.
And then he asked who farted, and everybody just gave him a death stare because everybody knew it was him. And he was like starting to blame people, and nobody ever accused him, but everybody knew it was him.
Right. So what, did you talk about it like after he was gone?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were sitting there, we just bursted out laughing about it.
Like, did it make your eyes water?
It wasn't that bad.
You didn't have to get the hazmat suit out?
No, it wasn't quite that bad.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go back to this this Guinness stuff, then we'll probably go ahead and close the show up. Maybe. Yeah, we'll talk about something else, too, because there is something else I wanted to bring up. I'm going to pull it up just real quick, and then we'll discuss it. Okay, now, the Guinness Book stuff. What about, are you okay with bees?
No.
No, see, I'm not okay with bees either. When I was a little kid, I was at my neighbor's house, and my brother, he was there with his truck, and it was summertime, and I was outside playing, and there was this bumblebee. It was this, like, crazy cracked-out bumblebee. I don't know what the hell this bumblebee's problem was, but I was in the middle of the yard, and all of a sudden this bumblebee starts, like, chasing me. Like, he starts, like, diving at me like a hawk. It's like, and I could hear this. And like, I would see this bumblebee coming at me, and I would, like, dodge it and, like, right by me, like this just motorboat or something. So then I just take off running, and this bumblebee is, like, chasing me. Is terrorizing me.
Normal.
It was weird. It was weird. I mean, I was thinking maybe apocalypse or something, but then my brother yells out, just jump in the truck. That's the only way to get away. So it made sense. So he started, like, pulling off, and then I, like, run to jump in the truck because he had the door open for me. Mm-hmm. So I go to get in the truck, and then I slam the door on my head. Yeah, and it hurt like hell. I would have rather gotten stung by the bumblebee, but I slammed the door on my head. So I've got this fear of bumblebees.
I can understand.
All because of the truck incident. But so there's no way, and I don't know if these are bumblebees or just bees, but either way they have a stinger. And it would be pretty rough. But the Guinness Book of World Records says that this guy, his name is Shi Ping.
Shi Ping.
Shi Ping. S-H-E is the first name, and then Ping as in Pong is the second name.
Ping Pong.
It's just Shi Ping, not Shi Ping Pong.
Shi Ping Pong.
Shi Ping.
Oh, okay, that was awkward.
He covered himself in 73 pounds of bees.
Why?
And then he beat the old world record because it was 59 pounds. So he could be in Guinness Book.
That is not worth it for me.
No, me neither. And he doesn't have a suit on or nothing. It's just his clothes and then, yeah.
Not a suit?
Yeah, that stuff's scary. That's the kind of stuff I have nightmares about.
He's a psychopath maniac.
Exactly.
Why would he be doing such a foolish thing?
Well, it's about 331,000 bees, if you want to know.
Oh,
it's a lot of damn bees.
Hell nah.
The rest of this stuff, I just don't know if it's even interesting. The bee stuff was pretty funny. I mean, now I've got the heaviest onion. I mean, I don't really care.
I know, right?
Yeah, 17 pounds and something. Okay, and these people that have the really long fingernails, that is creepy looking. Have you ever seen those?
Oh, gross. Oh, I have seen those. I don't want to see them again.
It's like they've got snakes coming out of their fingertips.
It's so gross. How can they live like that?
I don't know.
How long does it take for them to get like that?
I can tell you that if you like.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, this woman, her name is Chris Walton. She let her fingernails grow for 18 years. 18 years.
Gosh.
And it looks creepy as shit. It really does. 10 feet, 2 inches.
Ew.
10 feet, 2. She would have to have everybody do things for her.
I know, because she would break a nail.
Yeah, and if she broke a nail, that's like, I mean, it's like, it's not going to fly.
That would hurt like
I mean, most girls, when they break a nail, it's like, oh, damn. But, with her, it would be cataclysmic.
No.
It'd be horrible.
And it would hurt.
All right, now, okay, everybody in the chat, I want to get your play on this. I saved this for last just because I want to know what you think. And the chat's kind of going crazy. I'm not looking at it. Let's check it out. Let's see. I think Fab is leaving again.
Oh, bye, Fab.
And RD said, we'd die without bees. You got to love them. I've heard that before, but I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either. I've tried to watch some shows about it, but I lose interest and I can't pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
So I never end up actually learning anything.
Yeah, so evidently we would die without bees. I just don't want them all over my body.
Exactly. Keep them in a contained area where there's no people.
RD says his girlfriend's crazy about bees. Does she make you wear a cute little bee suit in the bedroom?
Oh my gosh.
Does she make you go buzz buzz?
No.
that would freak me out too.
Just no.
Yeah, Amanda says she looks like a crazy woman around bees. See, that would be me.
I look so terrified. I run.
You'd be like, oh, gotta be, ah!
There I go.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Pete says their pollination is important or we would die. It's a cycle.
Oh,
so
you know
I still
what
don't
my
get
uncle
it.
did?
I still don't understand.
He killed a bee with his bare hands.
We're still alive.
Ugh.
Every time a bee dies, a human being dies. Maybe that's how it works.
So my uncle would have, I don't know, he killed a bee with his bare hands, so that means another person died by someone's bare hands.
Yeah, somebody in South Korea, died.
Mm-hmm.
When he did that.
Oh.
I don't know. Okay, so Alec Baldwin. He's a great actor. He's funny as hell. But sometimes I wish actors would just stick to acting and not politics. And I think that's why a lot of people just don't like him. And this is what he said. Well, this is what's going on. He said that the New York City's tabloid media, the culture was actually forcing him to move out of New York. Just because they're saying things that are I guess, not nice. And quote is, I probably have to move out of New York. I just can't live in New York anymore. And he said several things that were a little off color to certain people. Like, he described, there's a columnist, his name's Andrew Sullivan, and then the CNN anchor, Anderson Cooper. He called them the gay Department of Justice. And that was after they criticized him about his behavior and his language and stuff like that. And my play on this, it's like, how conceited can somebody be? Because he's not just saying that he's going to leave New York just to say it. You know what he's wanting? And I'm reading between the lines here. But what I think he's really wanting is, he's wanting people to say, no, you can't leave New York, Alec Baldwin. If you leave New York, New York will die. It'll crumble. It'll be like all the bees of the world have died. And New York will it'll end up underwater.
The world will go on without him. And my thing about it is, why is he acting like such a baby? These comments are elementary school comments. You're gay. I mean, get over it.
Yeah, and people are too sensitive. I mean,
exactly.
I would, as opposed to being politically correct all the time, I would rather somebody say what they meant as opposed to hiding it, because I want to know how people really are. I mean, if I was a homosexual, I would want somebody to tell me their true feelings on homosexuality. If I was a black man and someone didn't like black people, I would want them to tell me that they didn't like, instead of trying to sugarcoat everything and be nice. I would rather know.
It disgusts me sometimes, because I just want to know what people are thinking, and they try to sugarcoat it all like they think I'm going to be offended. I don't care who's offended. I want the butt-naked truth porn.
I agree. So with that being said, Alec Baldwin, maybe he's an asshole, but he has a right to say what he says, and nobody's debating that. They're just giving him a hard time, and they have every right to do that as well. My only problem with the story is he's making a big deal out of the situation, saying, well, I'm going to leave New York.
He sounds like a little kid.
Yeah, like anybody gives a crap.
Exactly. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares where he lives. I don't care. He can move to Canada. I don't care.
He can move to frickin' Iceland or whatever. Nobody cares.
Right. So just shut up, Alec Baldwin. Just stay out of politics. Keep your mouth shut unless you're reading a script. Because you're great in movies, and I think you're very funny. But it makes me like you less. Yes, it makes me like him less when he starts talking about politics.
And now when I
Stabby,
watch him in a movie, I'm only going to think about his political issues.
damn you, Alec Baldwin, for ruining every one of your movies for us.
Oh.
Stabby gave us a link in case we want to go to sleep later about the pollinating bees.
No, don't click it.
Whatever you do, don't click that link, you people. RD said something pretty interesting a second ago. What was it? I want to go back to it because it made me laugh. It made me LOL.
Uh-oh.
I LOL'd a little bit.
For real?
No. But it was witty. He said, a new slogan for Obama, kill a bee, create a job. So there you go.
Not too bad.
There you go. I think it's about time for us to end the show.
Mm-hmm. How long have we been doing this show now?
2 hours.
Wow, and we were originally going to do for 45 minutes.
It's your fault because you're long-winded.
I'm a chick, okay? I have this excuse, okay?
Chicks
You're
talk
a man.
way too much.
You could have shut me up at any time.
That was kind of like chauvinist, but it was coming from a chick, so I don't know how to even take that. I mean, if I had said it, I would have gotten in trouble. I'm the man; I can shut you up anytime. But you said it, so it's kind of weird.
But a chick can say it and get away with it.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that chicks can do that men can't.
Okay, sure. I want to say hi to Toby Denny. He just posted something on my Facebook. Toby didn't make it in the show, did he?
Mm-mm.
He said he would, but I think he might be listening. He's just Facebooking.
He lied.
He's talking about Phone Zoo, I think. Going down. I used to do a lot of ringtones on a site called Phone Zoo, and that's kind of how I got started with everything. And that's where a lot of my production comes from, are the ringtones that I used to do. Ask me how many times my ringtones have been downloaded.
How many times have your ringtones been downloaded, Mr. Top?
About 3 million. 3 million times. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That is freaking awesome.
That's close. But yeah, they've been downloaded a lot, and it started on Phone Zoo, and now Phone Zoo actually shut down yesterday. So it was kind of sad for me.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, to see them go, because I mean, it's I guess I started doing stuff on there about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of sad.
I mean, you always remember it. I mean, Phone Zoo got you to where you are now, so I mean, there's only, better things for your future, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. The future's always bright. Always bright. Stabby says, Chris finally found the way to have a popular show. Be the last one on the air. I don't know. Do you know what he's talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. But that's okay, because I think Stabby kind of talks over our heads a little bit anyway, so it's fine. But I do want to thank everybody for listening, and I've already said it, but I'll say it again. I do not, nor will I ever take any of you for granted. There are a million other things that you could be doing, but you chose to listen to me and Holly, and I really sincerely thank you for that. You want to say anything before we go off the air, or what?
Oh, thank you, everybody that was in the chats. We really appreciate it. I mean, we work hard to do what we do, each of us in our own different shows. And when we come together and do production like this, it's a fun time, and we're glad that you guys can sit down and hear it. So we thank you for taking time to listen to us tonight.
Sweet. Until I broadcast again, life is good, and I'm gone.
You have been exposed to the Chris Top program. Tune in next. Yeah, I don't have a schedule. Right.
Okay, now if you ever listen to my show, you know that I don't really leave after the outro. It's sort of my rock star moment when everybody's like, encore. It's like, it makes me feel like a rock star. So that's why I come back after the outro. And I'm glad you came back with me, Holly.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, and we're not going to stay on long. I think Stabby's doing a show next. So if Stabby does a show next, I might jump in the chat for a little while and check that show out.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. But we need to do, and I wanted to come back and talk about this just for a second, but we need to do, and somebody said in the chat, Dorks and Nerds Unite.
There we go. I like that.
That's kind of good, right?
I like that a lot. I mean, dork meets nerd, nerd meets dork. It just works.
Sure, yeah. Now, Stabby's doing a show, so I think everybody's going over there, so I'll go over there. Let's go over there for a little while after the program and check it out. And once again, why don't you guys type the word show into the chat if you have a show on Spreaker, and make sure you follow these people so you can check out their shows. But I want to discuss this just for a second. We've got to do another open mic show.
Yes.
Sometime pretty soon. And do you want to tell everybody what those are about?
What you do for open mic for open mic is you work on a song, and then the day of the program, you call in, and you get to actually sing for us, and we'll both judge you, give you like some kind of a rating, and then at the same time too, you get a chance to promote your shows, and it's good because a lot of people are listening because they want to perform for everybody to hear. So it's a fun show, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. So you might want to consider joining the open mic, the Chris Top program.
Yeah, and and the fun thing about it, really, and we have some great entertainers on there.
But
Brenda
we also
White.
have some really bad ones.
Yeah, well, we had Brenda White and we had Summer on there, which were wonderful.
And then we had Ernie Abbott.
I liked Ernie okay.
Ernie was awful.
He wasn't awful. He was okay.
He even admitted during the beginning, I went back and listened. He openly admitted that his wife does not even like him singing in the shower. So that's a sign right there. He's probably no good. He missed a lot of notes, and he was downright
maybe
awful.
I'm a little too nice sometimes.
Well, I'm, the judge of Spreaker,
Yeah,
so I have to be a little mean.
But I wasn't lying. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I mean,
I wasn't
he wouldn't-
lying either, and
he
was
would
bad.
never make it, even to the semifinals in American Idol for sure.
He wouldn't even make it past the first round. Are you kidding me?
He wouldn't make it out of the shower singing. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. He wouldn't even make the audition tapes. To audition.
But they're fun shows, and sometimes the best part about the show is when people just suck. And I think that's what really makes the show happen. And I've got to admit, Holly, you create tension in these shows because I just wanted to tell Ernie he did a good job, and then you come in there and you are just hardcore, just mean.
Bam, 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 bam.
So there's some tension in there too, and I was uncomfortable.
You should have been.
I mean, after you said it, did you feel a little uncomfortable, or were you okay with it?
I was fine with it because I was speaking pure butt naked truth.
I like Ernie, so it was hard for me to be mean.
I know, I like Ernie too. He's a nice guy, but I was there to be honest. I wasn't there to sugarcoat and be politically correct. I was there to live on the edge.
Right. Okay, whatever. Pete says, "Nerd's opinion, it counts, Chris. Don't forget that man. We nerds voice our opinion."
Yeah, right, Pete.
Yeah. So, we talk about all the time, and I started this show probably 3 years ago, and on the premise of being a dork and how important it is to be yourself no matter what, and people should accept you for the way you are, and I talked about being a dork, but it's not the true theme of the show. It's just about being yourself and about getting along with people and being accepted and that kind of thing, and that's sort of what it boils down to. And I think Holly and I are on the same page when it comes to that. It's we classify ourselves a certain way, but it's really just about being yourself and having fun. And
I agree.
Yeah, so that's kind of what it is, and that's where the whole working on awesome thing comes from, and all that. But if you listen to the show, you know this stuff. You know this stuff. But again, thank you guys for being here today, and we'll start working on an open mic, and we're going to work on some other production together. We've got ideas, and it's just a matter of us finding the time to sit there and actually produce the stuff. But they can look forward to some more. What's the
Mind Your Own Business.
Mind Your Own Business. Thank you. To some more, because those are fun to do. I like working with you.
Yeah, it's good because we both have similar creative skills at times,
Sure.
and we bounce off each other, which is good.
Well, I'm the brains and Holly's the beauty, I think, in the situation.
I try.
Beauty's not that important on radio, though. It's just...
Exactly, because we can't see your face.
But thank you guys so much for listening, and I guess that's it. Do you want to do the little Life is Good thing this time? We'll get out of here.
All right, I'll do this.
Sweet.
Thank you, everybody, for being in the chats tonight, and I just have something to tell you. Life is good, and we're gone.
Oh, wait a minute. Say it one more time. I wasn't ready.
You weren't ready.
Well, I was so intertwined.
Because I did this whole little thing where I said we're gone because
Oh, wait! Before you do it, and I'll give you a chance. Amanda says, "Great show, Chris and Holly, as always." And RD says, "Chris and Holly, do this again. You make a great team."
Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate those comments.
Am I Batman or Robin? Don't.
I think you're Batman.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for that. Hellraiser says, "Thanks, guys. Cheers." And I believe Hellraiser's going to do a show. I think
everybody's doing a show.
I think Stabby chickened out.
Aw.
So tell you what, Hellraiser, you go on the air and I'll jump in the chat for sure when we're done. Okay. All right, Holly, go ahead.
Once again, thank you for being in the chats and checking out the Chris Top program. Life is good, and we're gone.
I am the one and only Chris Top, self-proclaimed leader of all dorks.
I'm Chris Top, king of the dorks. That's right.
Yeah, I remember growing up when I was a little kid. My mom was so sweet. She would say things like, "Thank God, Chris, there's only one of you because you are so very special."
There is only one Easter Bunny, there's only one Jesus Christ, there's only one God, and there's only one Chris Top.
I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view.
Actually, that's not true. I live next to a dumpster.
Meow! Shut up, Abby. Keep quiet. Yes, I know. I don't really have an ocean view. I have a view of the local hobo singing around a burning dumpster, but I don't want my fans to know that.
Does Chris Top have a mysterious side, a darker side, if you will? Well, I guess I do. You could compare my life to the Da Vinci Code.
C for Chris Top. H for Holy Mackerel is Chris Top.
Well, I don't know if my show would make sense if you played it backwards, but I do have a few things right in front of your face.
R for Really Awesome, Chris Top. I for I Can't Believe It's Chris Top. S for Somebody Pinch Me, it's Chris Top.
Am I conceited? Am I conceited? No, I'm not.
T for Terrific, Chris Top. O as in Oh My God, it's Chris Top. And P for Party Time with me, Chris Top. Oh, God.
Well, the ladies do like their Chris Top.
Oh, God.
Well, that's it for today, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, life is good.
And I'm gone.